Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
The pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Robert Lewandowski. He's just about the perfect all-round striker. Not least because he can finish equally well with both feet, Peter. It's not all about his finishing, though. He's always on the shoulder, looking for that ball in behind, and that prevents the opposition defence from getting too high or, indeed, getting too comfortable.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Milan have opted to go 3-4-3 by the looks of it here, Jim.
Well, I always feel, Peter, that central midfield is a big area of responsibility in this system. It's not as easy for the front three to get behind the ball quickly if one of the wing-backs is pushed on. Then the boys in the engine room have serious cover to provide. So a lot of hard work has to go into this, and at times you can get stretched. But, boy, it can work at one end.
So it's away we go then. That's a sharp pass. Look at the space here. Chance! Kliush with the cross. But that is good defending. It's been repelled. Barcola goes on a run down the left wing. Vitinha. Now Barcola. Mbai. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's having a shot! They've got to be quick to recover this. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Mayulu really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Mendes goes short. Mendes providing an outlet on that flank. This looks... Can he find the finish?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Camavinga. Yamal. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Barcola's cross. Camavinga. Out to the left it goes. Has a look and plays it forward. Ekitike. Now it's Lewandowski. And he's had a hit! Superb from Lewandowski! About as smooth as it gets! And he is away! The launch of a brand new hero! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now. Paris Saint-Germain clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Yamal. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Zaire Emery. And it's Zaire Emery. Nuno Mendes. And Zaire Emery. Not the most accurate pass. Yamal. Ekitike. And Yamal. Vieira. And it's Camavinga. Now Barcola. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Zaire Emery. Passing is crisp and sharp. Barcola! Barcola! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Barcola really should be making an apology. That longer range pass gave him a golden chance then.
Marquinhos, Vitinha, and it's Marquinhos. Ekitike. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now it's Barcola. Barcola going face to face with his great rival. João Neves. Spread out to the left. Now Barcola. Barcola will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And it's Neves. Hakimi. Now that's a lovely exchange. And it's made its way to him. Takes aim and crosses. And it's claimed by the keeper. Pacho. Vitinha. And it's Hakimi. Marquinhos. Vitinha. And it's Vitinha. Played out to the left flank. Barcola. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, he's played it in. Look, goes for a shot! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front perhaps, that's not too much to ask.
Milan go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 13. Lascia il campo.
Here we go again then.
Numero 27.
A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And that is as far as they're going to go. Can he spark a counter here? And he skips past his man. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Ball driven, terrific header. Tacho gets it clear. He's going for goal! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Mendes getting this one clear. And it's Vieira. And this is Lewandowski. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Marquinhos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Milan are still that goal to the good. Hakimi. And that's been intercepted. Milan do have a chance to counter here. Mbai. Vitinha. Hakimi. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Now it's Yamal. Lovely bit of skill. Lovely big chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, what has happened here? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
No way he was going to let him past. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's Mendes. Zaire Emery. Mayulu.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Barcola. Now it's Neves. Danger averted for now. Paris Saint-Germain making another change here. Well, there's going to be a major shake-up in the attack here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what system they'll be playing with now, Peter.
And here's Kvaratskhelia. João Neves. And he's quick to get it clear again. Milan still have the cards to affect this game. Akliush. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
João Neves does well to stand firm and defend it. Nuno Mendes. And Hakimi. Tries to pass it through. It's a promising position. Doué's cross. He can get that clear. And he's only too happy to take that back. Vieira. Could move up a gear here. Milan still ahead by the game's only goal. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Strokes it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Adeyemi. Looking for options for movement.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Milan nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Vitinha.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Milan have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Lewandowski taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, that was a hard-fought win with a defensive masterclass. They backed up their goal with a resilience that was first class.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Peter. It's his pace that's his main attribute, especially over those first few yards, where he just seems to glide away from defenders, gets himself into great positions, and likes to hit it hard and nice and early. That's a horrible combination for any defence that's trying to deal with him, I can tell you that.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. There's the whistle. Quinton Timber opts for safety. Højbjerg goes looking wide. Medina and Aguirre. Some really good ball movement. And it's Timber. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Can he finish? That is decidedly lacking.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Greenwood. Now it's Aubameyang. Weir. Baleri. And it's Højbjerg. Aguirre. And it's slung out wide. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. It's a pretty loose pass.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was...
Goes for a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Marseille certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Højbjerg. Can he get on the end of this? But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And here's Mbappe. Milan, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Greenwood. Well, that's well seen too. Vieira. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. And they're quick to get it back. Barcola going face-to-face with his great rival. Milan ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Guarneri takes control of it and he's on the move. And that could well leave a mark. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this? Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Greenwood.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
He won't be happy with that one. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Bout of Ekitike! Oh, how good is he? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. The breakthrough strike! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Quinton Timber. Turns back here, probably the best option. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Kamavinga threads one in. That has not gone well. And it's Ware. Balerdi. Looking to play him in. Barcola gets into a good position. Ekitike. Big chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Balerdi is there, and he can get that clear. Waneri.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second. This is the time you need that pace.
No, he's not getting his way this time. Greenwood. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Now it's Barcola. Tries to pass it through. Chance! It's loose, and the shot! It's anyone's ball now. And he's there to belt it away.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
Played out to the left flank.
That's going in strongly.
And we hit half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Reflections on the first half?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Milan leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Et les voici. Merci à tous d'accueillir nos joueurs.
Here we go again then.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Now it's Barcola. Aguirre did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Takes a shot! It's in! A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Quinton Timber and Medina. Marseille finding their passes. Now it's Greenwood. Out to the left it goes. Timber showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Pass is just off target. Aguirre. And it's Waneri. Good ball, good take. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nuno Mendes. Ekitike being hunted in packs.
Well, this defence now knows that they have to reduce his movement because they've allowed him to run free.
Caresses it through. Cleared away. And now the breakaway. Quinton Timber. Mbappe has created one goal already. And the counter is on. He's picked his way through. And this is Rooney. Oh, such a clever touch. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Keeper has taken decisive action. In by Rooney. Chance! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
They're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Greenwood. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Great vision. Yamal. Mbappe. Up he goes! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Greenwood. Looking for options for movement. He's in plenty of space here. Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Yamal, and there's his chance to lead the counter. Medina. Quality ball. Balerdi. And it's Ware. And that's another good win of the ball. That's really well manoeuvred. Barcola receives it in a good position here. Oh, well played, well played.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Quinton Timber. Barcola. Milan have time on their side now, as well as a 2-goal lead. It is just about done. There's the shot! Oh, that's another chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Changement pour l'Olympique de Marseille. Le numéro 11.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. 3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Attention, changement.
Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press. Rooney. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Akliouche. Oh, he's got a shot, surely! Balerdi. Now Højbjerg. And it's Ware.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it's Ware. Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Akliouche. 2 minutes to be added on. Played out wide. Shin to shin. And we're done. Milan looking by any yardstick formidable, truly enjoyable to watch and clearly so together. That was a terrific day for them. Ekitike picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.